Alright, Grandma, this is the water fountain I told you I made first. I made this little guy. You can see the paint's wearing off, but that's concrete. I crocheted them first, and then I stuck them in the cement. And then he sits in my water fountain topper. It's got moss growing in it. I used some tiles. And then clearly you can see that this was a shirt. And down the arms, I made them together and I made a little ridge so I could put something up here, but I never put anything up there. And then down here you can see where I didn't do it all the way because I wanted to see what would happen. And then this is the styrofoam base. And it's just coated. I could put fish in there if I wanted to. It holds the water. And I made these two guys. Just like I made that guy. But this guy fell apart. You can see the yarn in there. With just a thin layer of cement, so it didn't hold up. This guy too. But those were my first pieces, and I loved looking at them because they're not perfect. And then I made the giraffe. But you can see, because I didn't put him away, he's got cracking. But he was a stuffed animal first. Yep. Got some cracking on the legs too. And that's because I left him out over winter. And then this is Hermes. He's my baby. My big brute. This is a project I haven't done yet. Yeah, it's supposed to be a water fountain. This is one of my first pieces. Alright, Bubba, get back. And that is a tablecloth that I wrapped around. And I purposely left the edges in order to see what would happen if it wasn't made good. And that is 3 years old. And it's holding water really good. So it would have held a plant very nicely. I got some cheese rocks because why not? And some paw prints. Unicorn poo. Some coasters that didn't work out. And don't mind my mess. It looks horrible. But that's why Ron's workshop is over there. And mine is over here. That was one of the stepping stones I did that turned out nice. It's seashell and then black pebbles. These are my favorite textures. I like the way it feels. And then playing around with broken plates. Let's see what else I want to show you besides my big Hermes. That's the craft shed. It's also a mess. It's clean though for Rachel's standards. And then I've got my ribbons, sewing. I made that guy for Grace. He's based off of a Disney movie. So he looks pretty good. He's one of my best things I've ever made. He's heavy though. He stands. I still have to finish them, of course, because everything I needs to be finished. See, this guy was a stuffed animal. I'm gonna put the buttons on his eyes. And then I got a couple more stuffed animals I gotta finish up. And then, let's see what else I got. That's a project. Oh, my Triceratops. He's pretty cool. I think he's all done. Just needs to go. One day I hope to sell it at a flea market. But we'll see. We'll see. These are a couple of other things that I have working. Like, this was the dog toy. He's done. I just gotta sand him and make his eyes show. And this was a sock puppet that looked like a horse. So I made it a unicorn. And it started chipping. So you can see where I crocheted the horn. But a couple stepping stones. I'm seeing how to do the mosaic so that the stones stay in better. And then this was a shoe. It needs another coat because you can see the shoe still, but look, it's still hard. And then that is a sloth I made out of a stuffed animal. He dried wonky, so I decided to make him a little stand to help. And then, of course, the Elmo was a stuffed animal. He looks like he's ready to be painted. He's all one color, so I'll be able to paint him. Somebody can use it. You can see I made a llama. Also a stuffed animal. And then the toucan was a stuffed animal, and I painted him. And then over here are the butterflies I made. You can see it is crocheted. And then I just dipped it in the cement. And I've done it, I think it's 2 years now. And you can see the moss growing in it. There's the second one. I'm going to send that one to a friend. But I need to wash them. But I'll bring Mom's with her. Or with me when I come. These over here. Flower pots. I don't have anything growing, but I do have potential. But yeah, again, it's just fabric. It's going to need another layer around that edges. But it's fabric and cement. This one was a towel. And it can be a planter or a holder. That was the first thing I ever did. And in the move, he lost part of his foot. So all I have to do is put another layer on and smooth it out, and he'll be right as rain. And then this is my chicken. It sits on the fence. It fell off the fence and broke his nose. So I have to fix that. But this was a concept to see if I could do it. And I did it. And then this is the fountain I'm working on. over here. I made these two things. This used to have a glass jar, and the glass jar broke. So I made a cement jar. You can see this was a sweater. It used to be a sweater. I don't have anything planted in these two things right now because I just never found what I wanted in it. And this is what I'm working on right now. So I'll show you what it looks like when it's done, but it's gonna rain down from here and then goes around and then through my flower bed and then through here back in and then gets pumped back up. But that's the work in progress. You can see all sorts of garbage to stack the cement onto, but I'll show you what it looks like whenever it's done. And the only other thing I made, Ron got me this for Mother's Day, and I love it. It's a game changer. But this is how Ron and I put up this fence together. We did that this spring. And then that cement ball right there was the other thing I made. And it's hollow, so I can move it around and put it wherever I want. But that is Ron's workshop. Hidden behind my unnatural garden. He hates this garden because it looks like weeds to him. Probably looks like weeds to you because they're ragweed. But we put in this gate. Oh, goodness. Hermes always finds the mud. Ron and I call him a polar bear because he's huge. But this is Ron's workshop. And Ron bought the carriage. He wants to clean it up and fix it. And then sell it. So he paid $650 for it. And he put the cart before the horse. Old doctor's carriage, he said. There's his big barn he gets to set up. And then there's the camper. So, if Mom wants to come visit, she can stay out here and have a little quiet spot to do whatever she wants. My little kitchen garden. That is my scarecrow. I did not mean him to look like that. I was using junk and put them together and then stuck them out in the field and then turned around and looked and I was like, I might have to paint his face to make him look less controversial. But we found this shirt in the old barn. I gave him chest hair. Right in there. Right? Look how cute he is. Bill. Those were Ron's old pants. My old hat. Some gloves we found in the old barn. That's my kitchen garden this year, but I put it in the wrong spot. It doesn't get enough light. So, oh, I have a cucumber. Look at that. And then my beans. Got some good beans in here. I'll eat these before I get them to the house because they're good. But that's the rest of our property. We're talking about clearing this whole section and putting up an apple orchard, but you know, we do a lot of talking around here. All these woods are ours. I'm working on clearing paths, but it just keeps growing back, so what are you gonna do? Oh, I made this little guy. Can you see him? He's from a video game, and they live out in the woods. This is the chicken coop. It came with the house. It was a pig pen, and then I retrofitted it to accommodate the chickens. The bear came. Oh, I got a tree branch down. Bear came and ripped open this whole side right here. So I put a stick there so the chickens can hop on out if they wanted to. But they never do because the dogs scare them. But they have an inside part that closes at night. And that's the coop. And then we have this nice little pond. Made a little fire pit. Got a picnic table. And this is going to be a bed. I gotta build it up, but I started working on the fountain up at the top of the house. Put this one on hold. I'm gonna put my dog footprints on here so that my 2 dead dogs have a place to sleep. You'll see it when it's done, maybe, if I ever get it done. And then we got this pond. It's murky right now, but there might be goldfish swimming. We own the land a little bit beyond the pond and then back up and around. It's just nice that the house might sit close to the road, but not close to the neighbors. So that's my workshop. All right, Grandma. Love you.